Janelle doesn't agree with Christine's flippant perspective on sex after divorce. Janelle Brown and Christine Brown are still a united front after their respective divorces from Kody Brown, but they don't agree when it comes to sex and spirituality. Apparently, until you have sex with the next guy, you're not divorced, Christine, 52, told Janelle, 55, during the Sunday, February 2nd, episode of Sister Wives, as the two discussed whether Janelle wanted to get a spiritual divorce from Kody, 55. Janelle was appalled by that way of thinking, saying, "I just think that's bulls. I think that's dogmatic." I'm like, whatever. I mean, that's a dogma I used to hear, and I used to be like, okay, whatever. Christine later explained that it was Kody's fourth wife and only remaining spouse, Robyn Brown, who told her the church's take on sex and divorce. Robyn said, "In the church that we used to belong to, they teach that you're not divorced until you basically have sex with the next guy," Christine alleged to the cameras. She noted that if she was Janelle, she'd skip it all and just go have sex with somebody, then that marriage is over and she can move on. Christine, who left Kody in November 2021, called Robyn's explanation of church's stance the dumbest thing I've ever heard, but seemingly agreed that Janelle should start moving on romantically. Christine has since remarried, tying the knot with David Woolley in October 2023. It kind of bothers me that Christine's so flippant about, "Well, you should just go sleep with somebody. Because my brain doesn't work that way," Janelle confessed, noting that when she entered into a spiritual union with Kody in 1993 there were boundaries set into place for their family. She explained, "Otherwise, if it's just some guy that goes and gets a girlfriend, starts sleeping around with just a bunch of baby mamas." Janelle, who welcomed 6 children with Kody prior to their separation in December 2022, added that they are a family and it's not about the sex part. Kody and Janelle's son Garrison died in March 2023 at the age of 25. "We are raising children together as a family structure, not just a whole bunch of women who are sleeping with some guy," she concluded. Kody's first wife, Mary Brown, who confirmed her split from the patriarch in January 2023, was more aligned with Janelle on the matter. "Until I have sex with somebody, that means I'm still attached to Kody. I don't think it means that," Mary, 53, said in a confessional. "I think it really is more for if you're going to go outside of your marriage and have sexual relations. Then now, that marriage is nullified." During Christine and Janelle's road trip from Arizona to North Carolina, which is where Janelle recently bought land, they toyed with the idea of spiritual releases. While Christine considered herself divorced from Kody the moment she exited the marriage, Mary went to the church elders to terminate their spiritual union. Janelle, meanwhile, expressed that she'd been unsure if she wanted to take that step because religion is so important. "I know Mary has just recently gotten a release, like, what we call a release, which is a divorce," Janelle told the cameras after the trip. "And it's made me think, I kind of like the idea of getting a spiritual release, but I don't even know who to call." Kody, meanwhile, weighed in on the end of his first 3 marriages and how they all differ. "I didn't feel like I needed a spiritual divorce from Mary. And I didn't feel like I needed a spiritual divorce from Christine," he recalled. "I don't know if there's some kind of karmic connection that Janelle and I are obligated to, still." Kody noted that when it comes to Robyn's beliefs, she thinks they need to have these marriages dissolved or whatever. However, he revealed that his thought process is, in the end, God will be able to sort it out. Janelle Brown breaks silence on love life after divorce from Kody. Kody Brown's ex-wife makes a bold claim about her future and her stance on romance. Janelle Brown recently got candid and opened up about her interest in dating or getting married again. On Monday, February 17th, the 55-year-old appeared on Kate and Oliver Hudson's Sibling Revelry podcast, where she talked about her life after spiritual divorce from Kody Brown. Janelle said, "My marriage is over. I don't know what I'm gonna do." She went on to confess, "I'm not really interested in getting married again or even really dating at this stage. So I'm not even thinking about, like, oh, what do I need to do? Because I'm just like, I am over it. I am done. I love my single life," the mother of 6 admitted. Janelle is not dating anyone right now, but she noted, "If something presents itself in the future, then I'll consider what I need to do." For the unversed, the The Sister Wives star announced her separation from Kody after 29 years of spiritual marriage in December 2022. Notably, this happened after Christine Brown decided to leave the 56-year-old patriarch of the Brown family and their plural marriage in November 2021. It is important to note that after Janelle and Christine, Kody's first wife, Mary Brown, also proclaimed her split from him in January 2023, and now, Robyn Brown is his only remaining wife. Janelle Brown admits she's not really interested in getting married, or even dating. Again, I am done. I'm not even thinking about, oh, what do I need to do? Because I'm just I am over it, she said of her romantic life. During an appearance on Kate and Oliver Hudson's Sibling Revelry podcast on February 17, the Sister Wives star, 55, opened up about her life after her spiritual divorce from Kody Brown. "My marriage is over. I don't know what I'm gonna do," she confessed. "I'm not really interested in getting married again or even really dating at this stage. So I'm not even thinking about, oh, what do I need to do? Because I'm just I am over it. I am done," she continued, adding that, "I love my single life." While she has no romantic endeavors in the works, Janelle noted, "If something presents itself in the future, then I'll consider what I need to do." In December 2022, Janelle confirmed that she and Kody had separated after a 29-year spiritual marriage. The news came after her sister wife Christine announced her decision to leave Kody and their plural marriage in November 2021. Kody's first wife, Mary, shortly followed with her own announcement in January 2023. Robyn, Kody's fourth wife, is the only one who remains married to the Brown family patriarch. Despite her decision to go her own way, Janelle told People in January 2024 that she doesn't consider herself divorced. "Because we never were legally married, I can't really say I'm divorced," she explained. "I just say I'm no longer with him. When I explain it to outside people, I'm no longer with my partner." Never miss a story. Sign up for People's free daily newsletter to stay up to date on the best of what People has to offer, from celebrity news to compelling human interest stories. Janelle said that she's always told people that "my partner and I split up" when explaining her relationship status and prefers the term single. "I don't know," she continued. "It's nebulous for me at this point. It depends on who I'm talking to really. I guess I just consider myself single. I don't consider myself divorced or separated or whatever. I just think I'm single." Janelle Brown slams Christine's flippant take on sex after divorce. Janelle Brown has fired back at her former sister wife Christine after the latter's controversial comments about sex following her divorce from Kody Brown. In a recent interview, Christine was open about her new perspective on sex after her split from Kody, stating that she felt liberated and more confident in her own desires. While many fans applauded Christine for embracing her independence, Janelle has made it clear she doesn't share the same viewpoint. Janelle's surprising response. Janelle, who has always been known for her practical approach to life, has expressed her discomfort with Christine's flippant attitude toward the topic. Sources say Janelle feels that Christine's comments could undermine the seriousness of the emotional and physical challenges that come with divorce, especially within the context of their unique family dynamic. "I think Christine's perspective is a little too casual," a source close to Janelle revealed. Janelle has always been more reserved, especially when it comes to such intimate matters. She feels that Christine is oversimplifying the complexity of relationships and sex after such a life-changing event. Christine's perspective: freedom or fantasy? Christine, on the other hand, has been vocal about the sense of freedom she's found since leaving Kody. She has repeatedly emphasized how her divorce has allowed her to explore her own desires and sexuality without the constraints of a polygamous marriage. Her candidness has sparked praise from many fans who admire her for taking control of her own happiness. But Janelle's response suggests that not everyone agrees with Christine's newfound approach. For Janelle, it's more about emotional healing and finding balance. She doesn't think it's a light-hearted matter, another insider said. She wants to prioritize personal growth and stability over quickly jumping into something physical. Tensions between the wives. This disagreement marks the latest in a series of tensions between the former sister wives. While Janelle and Christine have shared a strong bond throughout the years, Their differing views on sex and relationships after divorce reflect the deeper rifts within the family. Janelle's disapproval of Christine's comments also shines a light on the broader challenges the Brown family faces in the aftermath of the recent splits. With Kody's family now divided, each wife is navigating their own path to healing and self-discovery, but not all paths align. What does this mean for the future of sister wives? With Janelle and Christine's differing views on such a personal issue, fans are left wondering how this will impact the future of the Brown family. Will their differences continue to deepen the divide, or will they find a way to respect each other's unique journeys? One thing's for sure, Sister Wives fans can expect even more drama as these two strong women carve out their own identities post-divorce. Janelle Brown has thrown serious shade at her former sister wife Christine after the latter's controversial comments about sex following her divorce from Kody Brown. In a revealing interview, Christine shared how liberating it has been for her to explore her sexuality and desires after her split from Kody. She described her newfound freedom as something empowering, even expressing her excitement at being able to embrace her own needs without guilt or restriction. But Janelle, known for her more grounded, practical demeanor, isn't exactly on board with Christine's flippant perspective on such an intimate subject. Janelle's surprising response: "It's not that simple." Janelle, who has always been the steady force in the Brown family, has been known for her more reserved and thoughtful approach to relationships. Sources close to her have revealed that Janelle feels Christine's take on sex after divorce is a bit too casual, even careless. According to these sources, Janelle believes that while Christine's newfound freedom is something to be celebrated, there's a deeper emotional side to sex that shouldn't be overlooked. Janelle understands Christine's need to find herself, but she doesn't believe sex should be treated so lightly, the source shared. Janelle's response to Christine's comments is that things aren't as simple as they sound. There's a lot of emotional healing and self-reflection involved after such a significant life change, and Janelle feels that it's important to focus on that before rushing into physical relationships. This disagreement sheds light on the different ways the two women are navigating their post-divorce lives. While Christine has embraced her sexuality as part of her journey to self-discovery, Janelle remains cautious and wants to prioritize her emotional well-being and healing process first. Christine's perspective: liberation and empowerment. On the flip side, Christine's comments have resonated with many fans, especially those who admire her boldness in taking control of her happiness. Since leaving Kody, Christine has expressed a sense of freedom she hadn't felt in years. She's been vocal about how the divorce has allowed her to break free from the emotional confines of her marriage, particularly in the context of polygamy. For Christine, this newfound liberation extends to her sexuality. "For so long, I felt like I had to suppress my own desires, but now I can be myself in every way," she shared. "It's empowering to embrace what I want and not feel ashamed or restricted by anyone's expectations." But while Christine's openness has been widely praised by fans who support her independence, Janelle's more cautious view raises questions about whether such a flippant attitude towards sex after a divorce might be setting the wrong example, especially within the complex dynamics of the Brown family. The emotional complexity of divorce in polygamy. What makes this disagreement even more complicated is the unique emotional and cultural context of the Brown family's plural marriage. The idea of navigating divorce within a polygamous setting is already fraught with challenges, and adding discussions of sex only intensifies the situation. For Janelle, who has spent years navigating her place in the family structure and dealing with the impact of Kody's relationships with his other wives, the emotional work that comes with divorce is of utmost importance. Janelle's approach has always been focused on emotional stability and maintaining the bonds with her children and family. For her, rushing into physical relationships could seem like a distraction from the deeper work that needs to be done, which may include healing from the emotional wounds caused by the divorce and finding peace with her new life. The divide between Janelle and Christine. This latest clash between Janelle and Christine highlights the growing divide within the Brown family. Over the years, Janelle and Christine have formed a strong bond, particularly as both women navigated the complexities of Kody's relationships with his other wives. However, their differing views on how to approach life after divorce and their personal relationships with Kody seem to be driving them in opposite directions. While Christine has made it clear that her decision to leave Kody was about finding herself and embracing her individuality, Janelle's path seems to be one of more reflection and cautious steps forward. These differing perspectives could lead to further tensions between the two, especially as the family dynamics continue to evolve. Sister Wives star Janelle Brown has made her move away from Kody Brown, Robyn Brown, and the extended family in Flagstaff, but her new life in North Carolina could mean she's ready to leave the show behind, too. Janelle's time on Sister Wives has been a reflection of some of the most difficult years of her life, especially when it comes to love and family. Although she married Kody over 30 years ago, Janelle's time with the patriarch of the Brown family has been more difficult in the last few years than it ever was in the past, while Janelle, originally flanked by her fellow sister wives Christine Brown and Mary Brown before being joined by Robyn in 2010, has been a steadfast proponent of plural marriage through the years. Leaving it behind didn't seem too difficult. Throughout Janelle's marriage to Kody, at least the years documented by Sister Wives, she was open about the fact that things weren't always easy. As a matter of fact, things were often more difficult than she, Christine, or Mary felt they needed to be, especially in the later years of their marriages. Janelle's hardships, unfortunately, grew stronger in recent years, though Janelle and Kody's relationship had always been surprisingly easy for them, especially in terms of physical affection and emotional connection. It was clear for years that Kody had a stronger connection with Robyn than any of his original wives. While Janelle was living a more independent life in the early years Sister Wives filmed, being on her own while having to factor in surprise visits from her husband became difficult to manage. Kody, who was even less present during the COVID-19 pandemic, was sporadic with his schedule and favored Robyn, which left Janelle and the others on their own. Janelle's decision to leave Kody has been shown throughout the last few seasons of the show, and Sister Wives season 19 has proven that she's happier on her own. After leaving her marriage to Kody behind, Janelle began to settle into herself as an independent person and decided that she wanted to spread her wings. Losing her son, Garrison Brown, in 2024 was difficult for the mother of 6, and ultimately led her to move to North Carolina to be closer to her grandkids. With Janelle's big move a major change, it's possible Sister Wives could be her next departure. Janelle has become a different version of herself over the last few years. It's clear her old life doesn't fit her anymore. The Janelle that Sister Wives fans got to know was a strong woman, but she often put Kody and Robyn before herself, which led some viewers to feel she was a pushover. While Janelle can be conflict avoidant at times, her persona on the show was more about her relationship to Kody and Robyn than about her actual personality. In reality, Janelle doesn't seem to have the time or energy for drama, so she chooses not to engage. Although Janelle has been depicted differently in the past, her persona on Sister Wives in the last few seasons has been crystal clear. Janelle's behavior has been more about starting over with a new outlook on life than anything else. After her marriage to Kody ended, it became obvious that Janelle was prioritizing her well-being over anyone else's. Janelle's move to North Carolina indicates she's looking for a fresh start, and moving away from Sister Wives could make a similar statement. After years of dealing with Kody's difficult, defiant behavior, Janelle made the decision to separate from the Sister Wives patriarch. Taking some time away with a trial separation, Janelle and Kody didn't speak for months before finally getting together and trying to hash things out. While it was clear that Kody wanted to jump back into their relationship, Janelle was hesitant to do so before she had her own headspace ironed out. Instead, Janelle continued to have limited contact with Kody and tried to figure out what she wanted in her life. When she finally realized that her marriage to Kody as she'd known it was over,